Hey everyone, this is Brett from Link. Today I'm going to show you how I kind of navigate through the CKAN UI screens in a very simple way. I'm going to show you just a couple of things that for some people it might help. Most people who are familiar with CKAN would have been through this a long time ago, but this is just for people who just want to have a little quick intro to sort of navigating through the screens in CKAN, just some of the screens anyway. So let's have a look, see what we have. We have everything. So I have CKAN running within a Docker environment using OrbStack here on my local Mac OS machine. And everything's down at the moment. All the containers are down, but the images, they have been installed, and the volumes are there. They haven't been removed, and the network's there. So all I need to do is just start the containers. The containers are actually down at the moment. So we run Docker compose up. Actually, we'll run the build first, and we'll see that everything is pretty much built. It should be very quick coming in. So it just checks to make sure that everything is up and the images have been built. We'll look at the OrbStack screen, which is here. We look at the images, and they're already there. They're up and running. Sorry, they're up and ready. Nothing's running. The containers are. We look at the containers. We see that there's references to them in OrbStack, and this little arrow button is for starting them up. But we're going to start them from the command line. And as this indicates, the red dot, I think, means that the containers are not running at the moment. So I'll wait for the build to finish. I thought it would actually be really quick, but it's not. Here we go. So we're going to run Docker compose up, and that will start all the containers. And we can go back to the OrbStack screen. Do that. And here we see the Docker container is, the DataPusher container is down still. Oh no, sorry, the DataPusher container is up. The database container is up. The Redis container is up. The Solr container is up. We're waiting for, and the CKAN container is now up. So we are now waiting for NGINX. We see the NGINX is not up. Okay, so we go back to our terminal window. We see all the initialization that takes place when a container is started. Color-coded. The Solr, DataPusher, Redis, CKAN. And we're waiting for the NGINX container to start. And that will be started right at the end. It waits for some other containers to start. Here we go. So NGINX is up. We see here that it's up. We go back to our OrbStack screen. We see NGINX is up. Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go. See, I have this a browser window that I had previously logged into the container. Now we will log in. We're going to log in as the CKAN admin user. And okay, so we look, what I want to show you first is that I've created two organizations. The first one is called Pigeonorg, and the second one is called Starlingorg. And in the Pigeonorg organization, I've already created, not created, but uploaded, I guess, or created a data set. The data set is called COVID, and we see that we have one data file associated with this data set, COVID data part 1, and we can view this, it's a CSV file, and we can look at it. And we can also go to the DataStore to see, I'm not sure why it's not able to connect to DataPusher. Maybe that is from previous things, but it should be okay. Actually, I'm positive it's okay. I'm sure DataStore is running. Anyway, so what we'll do now is I will show you how to upload another data set, or create another data set rather than upload the resource file to it. So this time we will go use the Starlingorg organization, and we'll add a data set here. So the data set will be some staff data that I have found on the internet just as a test data file. So I'll just call this dataset stuff. It's going to be used, so I've got a choice of Pigeonorg or Starlingorg. I'm going to use Starlingorg for this one. I'm going to change this to public, and I will link the URL, which in this case is this staffbase.com. No idea what this is, but it's a file, a CSV file that's available to access on the internet, so I'm going to use it as a test. Okay, so we see that the staff data set is created, and we can look at the actual data that was loaded from that staff base URL, and we see that it's the 5-line CSV file that we have a view of here. We can go to the DataStore, and we see that DataStore is working, and we see the information from the DataPusher container when it uploaded this data into the DataStore database. And yeah, we see that we successfully pushed the 5 lines, the 5 entries to this ID here. Okay, so that's that. Now, what else can I show you? Okay, so another thing I can show you is The users, I've created another user which I've called CKAN User. Now what I might do is show you how to create another user from the UI. You can create users from the command line, easy enough. And but I this time want to create a user from the UI. So I will log out now, and oops, I will go here. Oops, we'll go back to the front screen. Okay. All right, so the URL that we use to create a user is, I think it's, yeah, user register. Okay, so I can't do this because I'm not logged in. What do I need to do first? I need to log in, and I think I need to run that URL as an admin user. I'm pretty sure I do, actually. So let's just log back in again as CKAN admin. And we'll go back here to that URL, which is user register. Okay, so this is the screen that we have for registering a new user. Now I will register the user as CKAN user 2. Why not? I need an email address, so CKAN user 2 at CKAN.org. I need a password. I'm going to create the account. So now it says my user CKAN _ user 2 is registered, but I'm still logged in as CKAN admin. So what I need to do is log out and log as CKAN admin and log back in as CKAN user 2. Yeah, so I've logged in as CKAN user 2. That's how you do it. Now, another thing I can do is log in as CKAN admin again. And I go up, is it here? Yeah. So I can, so the current sysadmins are CKAN admin, which is who I'm logged in as. And I did this before too, just to make sure it worked. The default user, which is always going to be there, I promoted to sysadmin. But I'm going to, so to promote to use a user to sysadmin, I get a choice of CKAN user or CKAN user 2. I am going to promote CKAN user 2. And so now we see CKAN user 2 amongst the admins on this CKAN instance. So that's pretty much it. What I wanted to show you, just some really, really simple things just to maybe get you going. I hope you enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching. Bye.